Subscribe to this channel and like this video if you want to see me reach 5,000 subscribers. And we will dread end for a ton of damage, 480 damage on that Mew VMAX. You're done, bud. Welcome back to the channel, little flexers. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Now, there is a ton of this new deck from Fusion Strike. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Mew VMAX, and it plays Genesect and the Mews, and maybe it plays like a Latias or a Meloetta, and it uses Elisa Sparkle. Anyway, it's a pretty good deck right now. I have the exact perfect counter, like a literally unlosable matchup. I think you may have been hearing, there are people talking on Twitter and they're saying, hey, you know, Mew has 50/50s or greater pretty much across the board, even to single strike decks that have the Umbreon VMAX. Yeah, this deck just cannot lose to Mew VMAX. And if you're hoping to see us, you know, take an L to that deck here on the video, I'm just sorry to say that that is not going to happen. So why do I feel like Eternatus is a decent and reasonable choice right now? Well, it has that weakness that it can hit. It's just a big, bulky attacker. The entire format is basically revolving around VMAX Pokemon. And so when that happens, usually it's a good time for Eternatus VMAX. Now, there's also a general lessening of the amount of Urshifu being played, both single strike and rapid strike. So that also means that Urshifu, is just not going to be much of a factor when you're thinking about what kinds of decks you might run into at tournaments. It is performing fine. Like, it's not completely out of the metagame, but the thing is, you're taking an auto win against the best deck in the format. You can afford to have some poorer matchups across the board. So let's just take a look at the list. Of course, we know what Eternatus does here. With the Eternal Zone, we can boost our bench up to 8 from the normal 5. We got Dread End doing 30 damage for each of our dark Pokemon in play. And you'll notice the Pokemon lineup is very standard. Like, I'm just playing the 4 line of Eternatus VMAX. No Umbreon in this list. Now, you could make some room for Umbreon, right? You could probably cut an Eternatus VMAX. You maybe cut down on the amount of Zigzagoon that you play. Certainly, there are other trainers and supporters that you could cut away to try to fit in some Umbreon. But I just wanted to go, for the purposes of this deck and this gameplay, I wanted to go just as straightforward as possible. Now, the other cool wrinkle that we have in the list is this Adventurous Discovery from Fusion Strike. It's perfect for this deck. It really is. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon V, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. We've had cards in the past, things like Pokemon Collector or Bridget, that did very similar things and saw a ton of play. So I'm really curious as to why Adventurous Discovery hasn't quite seen the level of play of those 2 cards, despite it being arguably much better in that it can find these 2 prize Pokemon. So Adventurous Discovery is a super cool wrinkle for the deck and allows us to be very consistent in that early and mid game, which is something that Eternatus sometimes struggles with. The rest of the list, pretty self-explanatory at this point. I've opted for Dynatree Hill, as there's like really not too many stadiums that you want to play. I figured that I didn't want to give my opponents training courts all the time, so I went 1 training court and 3 Dynatree Hill. Is there a lot of healing in the format? Not really, but maybe you're playing against like an Inteleon deck, and so you can't quite hit the 1-hit KO, and so you got Dynatree Hill. That's my explanation, and I am sticking to it. So you guys are going to enjoy these next few games. If you haven't already, please make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button and like the video so somebody else might see this content in the future. But without further ado, let's go smack around some Mew decks. Here I am once again. I'm falling to pieces. Hey, let me tell you about an amazing investment opportunity. That's right. The house next door. Yeah, the house next door is being sold. It's been on the market for like 3 weeks. I can't legally give you the address, but y'all know I'm in Columbus, so just pick one house and then, you know, in Columbus and buy it, and then hey, maybe we could be neighbors. It'd be like winning the lottery. Honestly. Dang, we get an energy switch. That stinks, bro. Big Charm We lose the Training Court, but they might also play Training Court, so there's gonna be no healing, but I'd rather not give them the Training Court. I guess there could be Cheryl. Okay, so we might as well. And then let's go with the research. And wow, we get kind of boned here off of that draw. We do find ourselves another Eternatus. We just need some energy. So yeah, maybe we shouldn't have played the Dynatree Hill because now we're going to draw one less card here off the Crobat. But maybe it'll be okay. We do have an energy switch left in the deck. Plenty of energy here. So let's go Crobat. Ooh, and we do get an energy. Okay, so now we have to decide whether or not we want to put the energy on the active and guarantee that it won't get, you know, knocked out, or put it on the bench. I think we go on the bench. But just know that this isn't an easy decision. And then we'll go ahead and pass. You know what would be really nice here on this next turn? An Adventurer's Discovery. So maybe we can top deck into that. Maybe our opponent plays Marnie or something. But we just want to fill our bench at this point. We really don't need all that much to take knockouts. So we'll see what our opponent does. There's an old Cemetery. They're going to Fog Crystal for a Mew V. That's fine. I don't see us losing this game unless they can... Well, unless we don't hit a Big Charm, or unless our opponent... Oh, Tool Jammer! Oh! Okay, so they're not getting a knockout here. That's fine. As long as they don't Marnie us, we have a really good chance at getting the knockout on this Mew. We are going to need to draw into an energy, though. I'm a little scared of that. But, again, we know that they're not getting a knockout on this Eternatus, which is nice. So there's another Genesect V. Will we see the Mew? Oh, they get the power tablet. Okay, and we must see the Mew VMAX. There's a Peony. I feel like builds are moving further and further away from Peony, but maybe that's just me. I really don't love Peony as a card because look at, I mean, you're just discarding juice. Like you had to discard the Fusion Strike energy, you had to discard the Training Court. Like, I'm just not a big fan of that. So we see the Evo Incense, the Sparkle as well. That basically means, though, since they played the first power tablet, that they won't be able to get a knockout on our Eternatus VMAX. So that's pretty cool. They're going to cross Fusion Strike, Technoblast for the KO. And so long as we can find ourselves a few Pokemon, we'll be in control here. So we'll go ahead and evolve up. Yo. I think I'm going to play the Crobat and then not use it. And then let's Marnie. So I want to maximize our Crobat draws. So I'm hoping for like a Quick Ball here. Or yeah, like this is just objectively better, right? Because now we can Great Ball here. Let's go ahead and... Do we have any Dark Energy in the discard pile? We don't. Let's see, so Zigzagoon would mean that we wouldn't have to get another Pokemon into play. Oh, no. We already have it if we just drop one more Pokemon. So let's go grab the Moltres. Maybe we can find a Quick Ball off of the Crobat. Let's go here. And we'll take some damage, of course, from the old Cemetery. And no Quick Ball, that's fine. But I think I will just drop a second Galarian Moltres. I don't think that hurts us in any way. So let's do that. And Dread End for 420 damage. That joke's for all the adults in the room. Give me my 3 prizes. Now, sadly, we don't have an Eternatus V on the bench, but rest assured, we are getting there. Again, there's no way for... They could maybe play a Latias down, but there's no way for them to get a... Okay, so they do get a Latias down, but there's no way for them to get a knockout here. So we just have to boss around whatever they have. We do have like 3 bosses orders left. So what I think we'll do is we'll gust up the Latias. We will Eternatus, like try... Hopefully we can get an energy in the discard pile. Like we obviously have the Quick Ball. Okay, they're really just going all out with these power tablets. So there's a Genesect, and they'll draw some more cards. And I really don't see these decks playing like too many Marnie. I'm a little worried about maybe a Marnie, but okay, they're gonna go boss. Huh. I guess they can't. Yeah, they can't really win. I'm really unsure. I think they should have just attacked into my active and try to force something there, but yeah, it was going to be a long one. There is not much saving the Mew deck in that matchup. So, let's go on to game 2. All right, Daggermouth wins the flip, bro. If your girl don't look like Adventures Discovery, I don't want it. We do need an energy though. Yo, it's another Mew deck. Let's go. We are Mew Slayers here. In this house, we're Mew Slayers. So what's the TikTok meta right now? That's a good question. So on my TikTok, I've been watching a lot of cruise ships where it's like these people will go around and pick out, different cruises that they go on or whatever, and they'll film the whole thing. There's one guy I watch, he actually is a performer on a cruise ship. And so he's like, yeah, here's my, he plays guitar and he's like, yeah, here's my restaurant that I play, 3 hours a night in. And then the rest of the day, I just get to chill and walk around. And I'm like, that is the life. I did know a couple of IRL people that were on cruise ships and they did classical music. One was a percussionist, one was a violinist, and they're actually married now. Violin? No, viola. Let me get that right. I know everyone's really upset. Oh, dude, we got the dark energy. Let's go. So a great ball. My goodness. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. That was a bad joke. You guys can just ignore that for sure. So we'll go here, and that seems fine. I don't know. We'll get the Moltres out. Let's see what we can do with this hand. It's not going to be a super explosive Crobat. Sadly, I think we should drop an energy here on the bench. I obviously recognize that it's going to put 2 damage counters, but it's forcing our opponent to have a gust, and it doesn't seem like they really have all that much. Oh, now we have a Big Charm, so we can go Big Charm here, and potentially... Yeah, let's do that. I wish I would have drawn into an energy because I think I would have switched into the other alternatives. Just get a little bit more damage down, get a couple of energy in play, but we are going to just have to pass here. We do have the switch. We got the VMAX. We got the research. We are set up to roll here on the next turn. So we'll see what my opponent does. Again, if they play Latios, things get a little bit more finicky, I guess you could say. So we'll see if they do have it. They're going to waste a power tablet. If they get the thick Mew VMAX, then they are going to be able to take that knockout on the active. There's a Rotom Phone. And man, they sure don't make technology like this anymore. I tell you what. There's another Genesect V. I bet we'll see another Genesect V come down. That just is the way of this deck. Yeah, quick ball for a Genesect V. They always do it. Oh, those Mew VMAX decks, they are quite sussy. There's a great ball. I might have saved that actually until after playing down the Genesect. Yeah, I might have. I mean, I guess they're drawing 6 cards, so like maybe it's better to draw into the great ball, but then if you're looking for the Mew VMAX, then it might be just better to... It might just be overall better to save it. And they're just going to scoop. So, yeah, I mean, this is the absolute Mew VMAX killer. If you want to beat Mew VMAX, play this deck. Absolutely, 100%. Let's go on to game 3. The 220 damage of the Eternatus is like, it's seriously nothing to scoff at because it forces the Mew VMAX deck to have that Vitality Band to, get going, right? Or to get the knockouts, I should say. And then when you factor in the Big Charms, that's also a way for, us to kind of augment the damage. So it makes it just a little bit harder on our opponents to get things going. Oh, dude, 2 quick balls. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Let's go here. We want Moltres. Because the thing about Latios is that we can get around Moltres. Can get around the Latios with a Moltres. So the fact that we do already have one that is one turn away from attacking is pretty dope. Let's go Crobat V. Oh man, we're gonna pitch a few bosses orders, but I think we will end up Marnieing on the next turn. So let's. What would I want with the Great Ball? I think the thing I would want the most is the VMAX. So I'm actually going to pass the turn here. We could maybe have gotten an Eternatus V, but I think I'm okay on that. I don't necessarily think we need the Eternatus V. Like I'd rather have like a top deck here for us that would be really good. Dude, we're facing all these Mew decks. Literally, these have been our 3 games. Fan of waves, bro. Stop, dude. Stop. All right. Shoot. Okay, now we're in kind of a pickle now. Let's go Miss Senor Zigzagoon. We'll put, I don't know, we'll go there. And then dude, we're gonna discard all of our men. All right. I'm gonna research. I wanna again maximize the Crobat. Maximize the Crobat. Maximize the Crobat. I will. Let's go here. Sure. We need to save this. What do they have in the discard pile? Not too much. Let's go here. Put 10 there. Let's go Quick Ball. I think I'll fail that. And then we will Crobat for a ton. Now we're going to need an Energy Switch. All right, so we don't quite get it. That is okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and attach the Hiding Dark. And then we could retreat if we wanted to, but I don't want to. So let's go ahead and pass the turn. I'm trying to see if there's a better option for us, but I don't think there is. So we'll pass. We are obviously leaving our Eternatus like very vulnerable, but I have another Eternatus in the back. So like unless my opponent has, dude, they're gonna peony. Unless my opponent has what would they need? Unless my opponent has, I'm trying to think, like they can't get a knockout on the active. What would I be worried about? I don't know, Crushing Hammer maybe? So they have to just Quick Ball. This is why I don't like Peony. Like they're getting one Pokemon, they're gonna draw 3 cards. They can easily chain this if they can draw into another Genesect, but they've already played their supporter for turn, right? And it got them literally one Pokemon. Like the Adventurer's Discovery would have been just a better card for them. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see Adventurer's Discovery make its way into these decks, but there is a Fusion Strike system. We are going to look to knock out the Mew, I think. Well, knocking out the Latios is probably pretty good because then they can't wall us off with the Latios. I assume that they're not playing 2, although you can never be so sure in these types of decks. So we'll go there. They cannot play another Mew down. So I do feel like we should gust that up. Oh yeah, that already. I was trying to. Let's go here. We get a Ziggy. Let's go here. What do I care more about? This is our last boss's orders. I think we should keep that in mind. I think if we boss this up, we will take 3 prizes because they won't be able to get another Mew going. We could boss this up and guarantee that they can never. Oh, we don't guarantee that. That's a thing. We gust this up, we'll get 3 prizes guaranteed. We gust this up, it might just be an auto win, but I don't know what they're playing. So I think we could also just take a knockout here. They bring that up. And And then they would have to find like a knockout here. Let's put Big Charm there because they're already down like one power tablet. Okay, that's pretty cool. Take a knockout here. They do that. All right, let's make. I think the most educated play would be to go for the Latios. So let's do that. Let's go boss's orders on the Latias, I should say. If they have a second Latias, that would be so poggy. But this opens us up to basically just being able to attack as many times as we want with the Eternatus VMAX. So like they're gonna have to bring up the Mew, and they are, yeah, they don't have another Latias like we suspected. They're gonna have to evolve into the Mew VMAX, and then we just knock out 2 Mew VMAXs, and we can do it with the Galarian Moltres too. So like I just need to get energy in play. We already obviously have a dark energy attached, so assuming they don't run Path, then we're gonna be able to Dire Flame Wings on the next turn. Cram-O-Matic here. I don't think there's anything they can do. I think this is checkmate. We've already set up checkmate. Going in with that Crystal Cave. Maybe if they have Crushing Hammer, then maybe there's a Mew VMAX. And they scoop. Like I said, we got checkmate. All right, 3 games, 3 wins. I think we got time for one more. All right, we have won the flip, and it's time to get a turn 2 Adventures Discovery. Let's go, baby. That's exactly what we want to see. So let's lead the Eternatus. We do get energy in the discard for a potential Galarian Moltres. But I'm almost debating if I would rather Quick Ball away the Quick Ball. Now, I feel like the Adventures Discovery is actually going to bail us out because pretty much every other card in our hand is playable. Adventures Discovery is super good to pull out the Crobats from the deck. We have just such a strong hand depending on what our opponent is playing here, but they usually don't get a turn 2 knockout on an Eternatus, so I think we'll be okay. Now, there is a way to do it. It would be a Galarian Zapdos, 2 fighting energy plus like a Surfetched. Or I guess they could do it with the Galarian. Yeah, but like we thought, we're gonna see another Mew deck. Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so good. We're gonna trounce them, bro. They're gonna concede, bro. They're gonna concede. We get the Galarian Moltres started up, bro. It's over, bro. It's over. All right, Crobat. There is our Moltres. Let's get another energy. Come on, make daddy's day. Shoot. Oh, shoot. So now we need like energy switch. I think we're okay still, but yeah, we are gonna need a little bit more now. We got a little greedy there by discarding the energy, but I was like, surely we will draw into one. And we could always get a knockout with the Galarian Moltres for sure. So that's kind of the nice thing too, is like the Galarian Moltres can put in some work. You want to use it in the Mew matchup, like as a backup attacker, right? Because they're going to play Latias. So if you run out of Gus, or if you have Gus, but they only play like 2 prizes on the bench, you really want to knock out the Mew V Maxes. So there is a Mew V, another Mew V, a Genesect. Straight up, what we would expect. Man, I can't speak enough about this deck. It is a Mew killer. Like, is Eternatus just good by proxy because Mew is good? I think that might be the case. So there's a Battle VIP pass. We're going to see a Quick Ball as well. And they are just going to Genesect through like the entire deck. So that rocks. At this point, we're not terribly unhappy with an Adventures Discovery. Our hand is a little bit big. We'd love to be able to burn some of these cards. I might even just like use up a switch. I don't think we'll need all of our switches. So I might use up the switch. We'll go Adventures Discovery for, whatever we can. There's an Elisa Sparkle. Will they go for an attack? That would be quite curious. I wouldn't if I was in their position. Yeah, they are just going to pass there. So let's go Adventures Discovery. We will pull out, I guess we'll get another Moltres. And I think that's going to be it. Right? Yeah. We'll evolve. Should we? Yeah, we should, I think. Let's evolve. Let's switch. A lot of gold. Look at that gold field. All right. And then we'll draw. So we are looking for some energy. Really don't get anything that we want. So I think it's going to be... Wow, we didn't even get one energy attachment. That hurts for sure. Do we want to leave our VMAX in the active? That's the question I'm asking myself. And I think the answer is yes. It doesn't really matter. We do have the switch in hand. So we can get into something else if we want it. I don't want to give them the training court. We could quick ball, but let's save the quick ball for another Crobat opportunity, and then we'll pass. The Adventurous Discovery doing work for us. And I'm kind of validated in my discarding of the energy on the first turn because we didn't hit an energy there on the second turn. So we'll see what our opponent has. At this point, they've clogged their bench, so we know there's no Latias coming out. And I think at this point, well, we're down on Mew VMAX. Okay, so Cramomatic. They can't get a knockout unless they play all four of their dudes. All four of their power tablets. And then also have a Vitality Band, which would be just an insane sicko mode combo. So there's a Genesect. Drawn there 5 cards. Have they played a supporter? What they might want to do is go for a knockout, maybe on the Galarian Moltres. Like gust up something and take a knockout. But then if they knock out the Galarian Moltres, like again, that's the thing. Or Crobat maybe. Okay, they're gonna play a power tablet. All right, that seems fine to me. I think I'm good with this. I think we do need an energy switch on the next turn though. That's gonna be of vital importance. Let's go here. Let's Great Ball. We could take a 4th one. We could take Crobat. Okay, let's go there. Let's go here. Let's go there. I think we should Crobat. Into the gold one, of course. Do this. Do this. We are looking for energy switch, of which we have 2 left. So we won't need a Zigzagoon at all. So I'm not going to play it. I know that that reduces how much we can draw this turn. But what it also means is that we leave our bench space open on the next turn for another Crobat. So obviously we're not going to take that. We are just going to go ahead and research. We need that energy switch, and we do find it. Okay, this is big. So let's go energy switch onto the active, and then we'll save the Great Ball, and we will Dread End for a ton of damage, 480 damage on that Mew VMAX. You're done, bud. Take our 3 prizes, and dare I say, set up a checkmate position. So what do you do if you're Bri Pico? I think you have to have the Latias here. I think that's like your... How do you win? You can't win. You've lost. There's no way to win at this point. Again, the Latias doesn't even save you because I could just have 2 Gusts or something, or get my Galarian Moltres working. But they are just going to switch into the Mew, switch again. So they're just playing cards. I don't know if they maybe don't see that they can't win at this point, or maybe they have something like sneaky in their hand or their deck, like maybe they're going to gust up an Eternatus or something and take a knockout, or I don't know, like an Eternatus V or like a Galarian Moltres, but we still have the Eternatus VMAX, so I'm not entirely sure what they're looking for here. I think they're just playing cards. They just got the Mews and the Genesects, and they're having a great time. There's another power tablet. And a Cross Fusion Strike. Techno Blast going to fall just short here, 300 damage. And we are going to go ahead and take 4 wins in 4 games with our Eternatus deck. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This build is, I think, where you want to start with Eternatus. I do feel like the Adventurous Discovery is another really good turn 1 supporter for this deck. And even pretty good like in those middle game turns as well. So anyway, let me know what you think of the list down below in the comments section, because I'd love to know, do you think Eternatus is actually viable? We just smoked these decks. Yeah, it was like not even close. If you want an auto win against Mew, just play Eternatus, seriously. So that's gonna be all for me today, guys. God bless. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you later. And remember, good luck and also have fun.